In Georgia, today's election could impact people's power bill, and that's because 2 seats on the state's Public Service Commission are up for grabs for the first time in 5 years. This group regulates electricity rates and new power plant projects, but now it will grapple with a skyrocketing demand for electricity coming from massive data centers built to run artificial intelligence. CBS News correspondent Skyler Henry is in Atlanta today as voters are heading to the polls as we speak. So, Skyler, let's talk about affordability. Certainly top of mind this election, and the possibility of higher electricity bills, certainly daunting for people. So what is at stake here?
Yeah, so this is one of those interesting races, Juliet. Good to see you as always, where the focus is on several things that may not necessarily be one of those big high-profile candidates, so to speak. And it's because this PSC is one of those boards that when they focus on it, they are actually talking about those utility rates that you were referencing before. And this is something where the power bill in the state of Georgia for a lot of customers here has gone up at least 6 times just in the last 3 years. And when you take that into consideration, there are a lot of people who are watching with close eyes what's going on across the board because they see those bills come in every month. They see that hike and they're wondering, well, what's going wrong? Well, as you pay attention to this race, you see that the Republicans who are running here to try to stay on that 5-member board, they say that it is because of these AI data centers that are being brought here to the Peach State. Obviously, this is a thing that's happening across the country as more AI software and apps start to come on board. That's ChatGPT, that's TikTok and the rest. And they're starting to see a lot of these data centers pop up across the country. Well, Georgia Power, that's the utility company here in Georgia, they say that these data centers take up about 6% of the electricity here in the state, and so they need room to create more plants and more power. Well, Republicans say that they want to keep these data centers here. They want to keep that growth steady and consistent. Democrats say that they want to lessen the burden, so to speak, as it relates to costs and put that more so on the big companies themselves. It'll be an interesting race to pay attention to, not only on that front, because obviously the implications that it could have moving forward with Georgians' utility bills, but also what Democrats say that they are workshopping as well as far as tactics and strategies looking ahead to 2026. We spoke with the vice chair of the DNC just yesterday about that, who said that they are focusing on their ground game, focusing on making sure that they are working on single policy issues as opposed to identity politics, which was a big criticism in 2024, saying that they would rather focus on what is impacting voters, in this case, their utility bills, and ultimately seeing how they can go about changing that if possible.
Yeah, and all of this, Skyler, 2 seats open, 2 Republican incumbents facing off against Democrats. So where does that stand?
Well, we'll see. Democrats certainly feeling confident about what is happening moving forward because a lot of issues happening outside of the state of Georgia, right? Because of the government shutdown, a lot of people paying attention to what's happening at everything from the airports to SNAP benefits and the rest. Others saying that they think that because this is an off year as it relates to high-profile elections, it's going to be a relatively low turnout, but every vote is going to matter that much more. And because this is a single policy issue in the case of an electric bill, they feel as if a lot of people are frustrated with how things have been over the course of the last several years. And because Republicans across the board were on this board for the last 5 years as well, they say that this will be a good opportunity, they being Democrats, in order to take advantage. Regardless of what happens, how people vote here tonight will very well impact their utility bills moving forward.
Skyler Henry. Skyler, thank you.